In only 5 minutes, I'll explain you all the services of AWS which are required for full stack app. This will connect your domain to AWS. Then after this, you will have CloudFront, right? Now what is CloudFront? This is CDN. What is this? CDN, Content Delivery Network, right? So basically this is your front end. This is your front end. Now this will contain your Next.js, React.js, right? This will contain your Next.js, React.js. So after this, suppose user request here, then it go to CloudFront, right? After this, you will have a API gateway, right? This is the Amazon API gateway. This is the Amazon API gateway, Amazon's own API gateway. This will do authentication, right? Logging, rate limit, everything this will do, right? So basically after this, you will have your backend, right? Your API comes here. After this, you will have backend. Now for backend, we have four services. The first one is EC2. Everyone heard of EC2, right? This means Elastic Compute Engine, right? EC2. Now EC2, then we have ECS, EKS, and Lambda, right? As a developer, you should must aware about EC2 and Lambda, right? Now EC2 is your virtual machine, right? This will be a virtual machine. You have to manage everything from scaling to security. Everything you have to do in EC2. In this, you will get a operating system, proper operating system, and a virtual computer. In that, you have to install everything by yourself. Your node project, your Spring Boot, everything, right? Then you have ECS. This is your Elastic Containerized Service. This is for Docker containers. If your application is Dockerized, then you will use ECS. After this, you will have EKS. This is basically your Elastic Kubernetes Service. This is your managed Kubernetes. If your app is on Kubernetes based, then you can use EKS. This is mostly costly, right? This is being used by enterprise level companies. Then we have Lambda. Now you must have heard about event-driven architecture, right? For that, we use Lambda. Basically, this gives us cloud functions, right? So whenever this will follow the pay-as-you-go model, right? The time in which your function runs, only that much you have to pay. So these four things will be cover your backend. This is your front end, right? So now we have to take care of this database and files. For database, we have RDS. Now this is your SQL database, right? Now what does this RDS stand for? It means relational database. This is also of AWS, right? Then you will have second option of DynamoDB. Now this is your for NoSQL database. Key value pair, NoSQL database. This can scale good, NoSQL, right? And we can scale it very good. So now the problem is you must also have files also, PDFs also, videos also, photos also, right? That you also have to store somewhere. For that, we have S3 bucket or S3 storage. This is your object storage. This can store your images, right? This can store your PDFs. This can store your videos, anything, whatever comes to your mind. User, this all will be of user. And one more thing, this Next.js and React.js build files will also store in S3. Right? S3. This will also stay here, right? These both are same only, right? These are not different. So now we have left one more important thing, that is background work, right? So if you want to send some email or if you want to generate some invoice, for that we have SQS, similar to RabbitMQ and Kafka, right? RabbitMQ. This is only managed by AWS, right? RabbitMQ is basically open source, but this is managed by AWS. If you have any kind of background work, then this SQS can work, right? So after this, we have one more thing in EC2. In EC2, we have EBS, Elastic Block Storage, right? Sometime you have to store something into your virtual computer. Then you can use EBS, right? This is your block storage in EC2. So now these are the services which are actually being used for a full stack app. Top of this, we have one more thing, right? Now, when I cover this everything, right, this will use three things. One is your CloudWatch. This is basically for your logging. This will do your logging, right? Logging, monitoring. This will done by this. Alarms, all things will done by this. This is the alternative to Grafana, right? Grafana or Prometheus. In AWS, we use this, similar to Grafana and Prometheus, right? If you don't know about Grafana and Prometheus, Grafana is our dashboard where we can visualize the performance monitoring, right? And after this, we will have IAM. This is basically your plus secret manager, right? Now this IAM will decide which service can talk to each other, right? Then it decide the groups and users, right? So if you are working in a company, now you want the access to these services, then your company will configure your IAM, right? After this, we will have secret manager. Now you must have heard about environment variables, .env. These all the secrets, all your database secret, everything, your JWT secret, that will go into secret manager. And we have one more last thing, that is VPC. VPC. This is your virtual private network, right? This will be inside this, right? Then we have one more thing last. So sorry, this is one last thing just. Then we have ALB, Amazon Load Balancer, right? So basically your load balancer can go on two places. Here also for basically balancing the load between API gateway servers, and it can go here also, right? Here, basically here. Like this EC2 will be your many, right? It will be like in microservices, it will be so many. 1, 2, 3, right? 3 will be there, right? And then here also it can be there. This ALB, Amazon Load Balancer. So these are all your services which are being used on Amazon, and out of this, there is nothing that we use in full stack application. If you are a full stack developer, this is what you need.